Ring, ring.
Thank you for calling Andy's Roofing. This is Deb speaking. How may I help you?
Boom. Welcome to another episode of Andy's Talk. Today I'm joined by one of the most amazing people on God's green earth, Deb Martin. How are you today?
Good.
Now, you told me that this is your first video podcast. How do you feel right now?
Nervous.
Did you sleep good last night?
No, I did not sleep good last night. I mean, I hit the pillow and went out like a log. But then I woke up and I thought, well, what if I look weird? Or what if I sound weird? What if I'm boring? And they'll be like, oh, man, we wasted our time.
I think people can say a lot of things about you if they want, but I don't think they could ever call you boring. I think that's a word they cannot use. But what time did we get up to do the makeup and the hair? What time?
Well, I gave myself an additional 10 to 15 minutes or so.
Okay.
I mean, I try. I do try. I know it don't always look like it, but I did put on the things and contoured.
Oh. Mm-hmm. See, contours when you go from like darker to lighter, right?
Yes. It's
well groomed.
I was trying to disguise some things and accentuate others.
Oh, this isn't a makeup podcast. We'll get off that topic. Deborah is one of our, I don't know what title you have really.
Well, my manager told me sales support.
Sales support, but I'm going to call her a customer relationship manager because she just manages all these relationships. She makes them so happy, and then she gives them off to the next thing. And if you've ever called Andy's Roofing and had Deb talk to you, you just make your day better. So you're a customer success. Oh, you like that?
I like it.
Deb, tell me a little bit about how you got to Andy's Roofing. I know you and I have talked a little bit about your previous jobs, but what led up to Andy's Roofing, and like what kind of businesses did you work for before there?
Well, I've always been in some type of customer service because I am a people lover. I really do. I really do love people. So it doesn't matter if it was like when I started out when I was a kid and babysitting or this, that, and other, or when I worked in the medical field. I was in the medical field for 13 years. And then
that was private practice, right?
Well, yes.
Kind of.
It was private practice for the majority. I did do a little bit of PRN work.
Okay.
I kind of bounced around from Clark a little bit.
Okay.
And then right before I got here, I was working for a nonprofit group that we help children that are in foster care.
And that's, I mean, you got started talking because you actually worked a case with a kid that my family went on to adopt, but growing up, I think I did the math last night. I think there was we had 17 kids go through our house. Mm-hmm. So when I met you and you worked for that, and I was like, oh, cool, she's a great person. So understandably, you don't work there anymore. That is a very hard job to work for a long amount of time because you see a lot of things. Did you enjoy your time there, though? I
love my time there. And actually, I'm going to be volunteering again.
Really?
Yeah. So when I worked there, I was on the staff. So I had a high volume of cases.
Yeah.
But you can be a volunteer and you can just do one case at a time. And I'm going to do that again.
That and like the Christmas parties and the stuff like that. Will you be involved with those?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, exactly. I absolutely love that organization. Can I mention it?
Yeah, 100%.
So I worked at CASA of Scott County. There are CASAs everywhere, though, everywhere. So please get involved. It is a organization that is near and dear to my heart.
And for those people that don't know, in that system, a very broken system, CASA basically is the middleman to fight for the kids and the kids' rights and what they deserve. But you see a lot of things, and it's hard. Mm-hmm. It's hard to do that for a long time. So if you are a CASA worker out there, thank you. You're very important. Keep doing what you're doing. It's important what you're doing. But if you want to volunteer like Deb's talking about, go seek them out. A lot of the counties have one. We worked with Scott County. I think Floyd has. There's a really good way to give back to the community because there's a lot of kids out there that just need somebody like a Deb.
They need somebody to advocate for them, to be 100%. Their voice. And the good thing about CASA is it's totally independent.
Yep.
And so if your opinion differs from that of DCS or CPS, you advocate for what is in that child's best interest, and they need your voice. There's so many people, lawyers and attorneys, looking out for all of these other people that are involved in the case, but CASA specifically for the child. So I am a huge advocate for CASA. I love CASA. I was volunteering. I took a little bit of a break, but I'm going to go back and do some more volunteering for CASA because it's just it has my heart.
And that just describes the type of person you are, but medical to CASA, and then I'm just always intrigued on like, how did you find Andy's Roofing? Were you actively looking, or how did you find the listing of a job posting?
Yeah. So I was, as much as I love my nonprofit group, you don't typically make a lot of money doing nonprofit work. And so I told a friend of mine, hey, I'm kind of looking for something else, something new. And her son worked for Andy's Roofing and said, hey, we have an opening here. So that's how I found out about Andy's Roofing.
And then, how's your time been here since? You started like a month or two before me, so you're a little older than me on the Andy's Roofing side. But what has your experience been here so far?
I love it.
Yeah,
I do. I really do love it. I can't work a job if I don't like it there. Forget it. It just crushed my soul. I can't take it. I love all the, well, I was going to say when I first started, it's men.
Yeah.
But, y'all are like a bunch of brothers. And
Well, some of them you call stinkers.
Some
you got
of
a lot.
them I call
Give me a couple
stinkers.
names you call them.
stinkers, turkeys, rascal, whatever situation applies.
Yeah, I mean, you are working with the sales team, so you work with those nine groups, and then your boss Riyadh, who's a turkey, right?
He's a turkey.
I
love him though. Love him. Who doesn't love turkey, right?
I told my wife about this last night. I said, Deb's coming on the podcast tomorrow. And when I tell you, I've never seen her get more excited about anything in my work life.
Oh, my
She is so ready to watch this episode. And she actually was like, can I send questions? I just want Deb to tell me about her life, because we'll go right into the next topic, which is your acting career.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Let's
talk about that.
Tell me about your acting career.
Well, I started out in the church, yarn girl number 3. And then I did some other acting at church camp, which I went to 2 church camps every summer.
Oh, my Lord.
So I've got quite an impressive acting career. So if you ever need me for more commercials.
Any Oscar nominations yet?
Not yet. It's political.
It is so political.
It is. It really is.
It's hard to win in Hollywood. So, yeah, tell me about your first acting experience at Andy's, because I think you did pretty good, The ad's doing well.
It's doing okay.
You were put in a position where you didn't get to show your full...
Exactly. The full range of what Deb Martin has to offer. But yeah, I do enjoy acting.
So tell me a little bit about your family. You have one son, right?
You drive me nuts when you say that. I have 2 handsome, amazing sons.
Her older son, I give her a hard time because for the first week I worked here, 2 weeks, she just talked about Jackson and this. And then I was like, you don't have an older son. She does. So tell me about your family.
So my Caleb is my oldest, and he will be 25 in May. He's out, just being a grown up, being an adult, working, and has his own little apartment and doing his thing. I love him. So proud of him. He's just squish him.
It's your firstborn.
It's my firstborn. And, like I was telling you the other day, having your second one come along, you think, am I going to have capacity in my heart? Because I just love this kid so much.
I'm literally texting all my friends that have 2 kids. I'm like, how do you love 2 kids? I don't understand how this is going to work. And then the answer is just like, you just do.
You do. Because, I was crazy nuts for this child.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, like the best thing ever. And so when I got pregnant with my second one, my Jackson, who'll be 17 next weekend.
Now, he's a turkey.
I thought I knew how to be a parent with my first one because he was so easygoing. You know what I mean? He was just like, you barely raise your voice an octave, and he'd be like, oh,
Mom, no.
No, and he was so easy. And then my Jackson, he is stubborn. He's stubborn as the day is long.
So is he like you, or is he like Will?
Well, I'd say he's like Will, but Will says that he's like me, and I'm like, oh man, that's kind of hard. But that's a good thing if you're stubborn. If you're stubborn for what's right, If you're stubborn for the good things, then you're not going to be turned aside.
Easy sway, yeah,
exactly.
So he's graduating this year, or does he have
next year?
Okay.
Yeah, he is in the aviation program.
Okay. What does he want to do?
He wants to be a pilot.
Okay.
Oh, he's all about being a pilot.
Military side or like commercial side?
He's talked about going to military to actually get money for schooling and things like exactly right.
And I feel like a lot of the pilots that fly those commercials, they usually come from that military background.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It'd be a good way to go.
For sure. And then my husband, We've been married. This March will be 26 years.
Okay.
I know I look so young.
I was going to say, I don't know how
Emily.
you have a 25-year-old. You look 19, so.
I don't know. That's what everybody says. But we got married straight out of high school. I mean, we graduated in May, got married in March, and he's been putting up with me ever since.
Where'd you guys go to high school?
I went to Austin through and through. Austin
Go
Eagles.
Eagles.
That's right. Kindergarten all the way up. And then Will went to Austin until he got middle school, and then he went to Scottsburg. But
Go Warriors, baby.
I still made it work. I still
I
love
don't know
him.
how you do that. That's like what?
Opposing
That's like
teams.
Romeo and Juliet. Like,
It was. Yeah.
so tell me else about tell me more about Deb. Like growing up in high school, what did you do? What was your thing other than acting, of course?
Other
but
than
like
acting.
you grew up in Scott County, so tell me about Deb.
Well, let me tell you, I mean, when I was in school, I was quiet. Believe it or not, I know you can barely get a word in edgewise now, but I was super quiet, just backwards. I think I was just shy, real shy. I got, you know how they had senior personalities?
Yeah.
I got the shyest
Did you
award.
really?
Yeah,
I
they
don't
had
believe
me
it.
hiding behind a pillar, peeking out at people. It's real
What do you
cheesy.
think mine was?
Ooh.
My senior superlative.
Let me see. Something like Mr. Personality or something like that. Some kind of like I don't know, man.
I got
You know all the people.
most likely to be successful.
Oh,
And I had the
see that.
worst grades in the school, but I knew how to talk, so.
Yeah, well, I was smack in the middle. I wasn't the smartest, but I wasn't on the other side either. I was right in the middle.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about what it was like growing up in Scott County, because you've told me before, like you don't have to talk about it too much, but there's a story about like a toaster or something you told me. I don't know. Is that true?
Toaster? What are you talking about?
Now you're gonna put me on the spot. I feel like you got a toaster one time. It was like the biggest thing ever because you could toast your bread.
No, honey, no. So when we grew up, we were poor. I mean, poor. And we didn't have a microwave until I was like 16, 17 years
Okay, it was
old.
a microwave,
We
okay.
got a microwave. You were close. You were close. We got a microwave for Christmas. It was like, family gift. We got a microwave. Oh my gosh, we were so excited. We had to run to the whatever store was open, which is Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Nothing's open except for like a gas station. So we went to the gas station and got something so we could put it in the microwave, but I didn't know how to use the microwave. I'd never had one before. So we, I thought like a hot dog would take 5 minutes. Honey, I blew that hot dog all over the place. It was like I incinerated it. It was terrible.
Oh my gosh. A 5-minute hot dog. Well, that's great. Was it hard growing up that poor? Did you know anything different? Like what was your life like?
I didn't know. I mean, I did, but didn't know. I mean, there was
'Cause-
kids that had all the name brand clothes.
That, but then Scott County in a whole is, it's not the greatest county. It's getting better, but like
Yeah.
back then, you probably just knew like, hey, this is just
Yeah, I just knew that, these kids had fancy clothes and I didn't have fancy clothes. But I
it's
didn't
kind of
really.
gross now. But like my mom grew up really close to where you grew up in Scott County, and like they said that they used to have, like they'd share the bathwater so that you wouldn't have to use.
No, honey, no. No.
Not you, but I'm saying like that county's
I
like
couldn't go that far. Now, my husband,
they had 6 kids though.
he
so
used
like,
to have to take a bath in a, like those little silver tubs
yeah,
that's in the yard. They were poor too.
water troughs or whatever they
Water
are.
troughs, whatever they were. We were both poor kids. But the thing is, it makes us appreciate what we have.
100%.
It makes us work hard. It makes us smart about, okay, here's where we can spend, here's where we need to save.
And it makes you say, Jackson,
thing.
let me tell you about when I was a kid,
Oh,
brother.
yeah. He loves those stories. We'll be like, oh, yeah, we were so poor, blah, blah, blah. And Jack's like, oh.
Here we go again.
Yeah, he's sick of it.
So I want to talk a little bit about the culture at Andy's Roofing. I think from even when you started now, it's getting really good. We're hiring a lot of people. But what's your favorite thing about actually working at Andy's Roofing? One, we're building that new building, so that's going to be a game changer. You're going to have some
yeah.
windows, some
Yes.
light. But tell me a little bit about the culture and the people at Andy's Roofing.
I really do. I love the people I work with. I really do. I mean, the thing is I feel like we're all there, but we are working as a team.
Yeah.
I really feel like everybody has each other's backs. Everybody is very supportive of one another, and we all want to see the person beside of us succeed.
Yeah.
We all want to see us all do well, and we really do care about our customers. I mean, they're not just I've always said this, they're not just our customers, but these are people that are in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
These are people that, I've had people on my street that have had a new roof, and I want them to get the best roof. I want them to get them the best gutters. I want them to feel like this is an investment and that they've been well taken care of. And I'm so proud when I go by and I see our guys out there and they're working on the roof or they're working on the gutters or whatever like that. It makes me feel good because I know that our neighbors have been taken care of the right way.
The best, and that's what we say all the time. It's like they really deserve the best, and I really feel like we do give the best to people. And so you got your little team in the sales. You see production some, but we did just hire you another female on staff, so you're not the only one on that team.
Yeah.
So maybe eventually we'll take over. The females can just take over the sales, and
maybe. I mean,
let's just be honest. You run that sales team. Yeah. We won't tell Riyadh, right?
Probably.
You're the what is it, the coal that keeps that train going.
Yeah, crazy train. No.
All right, before we leave, I do need to talk. Me and you kind of bond. We sat next to each other when I started. We bonded over kind of like what TV shows and movies we're watching. So let's talk about your TV show lineup like right now. Currently, what are you watching?
Well, I love me a lot of HGTV.
Okay.
I love to see people remodel their houses and everything. So literally anything from that channel.
Property Brothers?
Love it. Property Brothers.
What's your favorite one though?
I think I like Jonathan better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's more hands-on. Where Drew's just kind of like, I don't know. I think I like to see somebody get their hands dirty.
There you go.
Bust down a wall and do stuff like that.
Okay.
So I like Property Brothers. I really love Hometown. I'll go back and I'll watch Fixer Upper 1,000 times. I've been to Waco.
Did you?
Yes. I did not get to meet Joanna Gaines or Chip, which was a total bummer.
Yeah.
But
fly all the way down there.
Loved it there. That's my place. I'm going to go back.
Okay. What about non-HGTV shows? What are we watching?
Oh, the most recent one, Libby, that just started with us. It's Severance.
It's a good show.
It's a very good show because you're like, what? You don't know what's going to happen
Most
next.
people think that they wouldn't like it just based off of like the intros and the pictures, but if you start watching, you'll get hooked.
Well, yeah, because it started out a little bit slow, but then after you get into it, honey, before you know it, me and Will was like binge watch. We just was like did not do anything else until we saw all of it.
And actually, I brought a special guest today. They're going to come through. It's actually Donnie Wahlberg.
Donnie Wahlberg.
Whoa, Deborah.
Donnie Wahlberg.
For those of you who don't know, I asked Deb the other day who her celebrity crush was. And I mean, before I could finish the word crush, it was Donnie Wahlberg.
Donnie Wahlberg, yes. Part of New Kids on the Block. Danny, Donnie, Jordan, John, and Joe. I used to love them when I was a teenager. That was my people. Other ones had NSYNC and Backstreet.
What was that about? New Kids on the Block.
I had New Kids on the Block. Donnie was the bad boy.
Is that a show or what was this? I really don't know.
Oh my Lanta. No, honey.
The music?
Was a boy band.
What songs do they have?
Step by Step. They had that one.
Let's look them up.
They had Hanging Tough. Yeah.
Now, Step by Step sounds familiar.
I'm sure they do.
New Kids on the Block. All right. Number one player. You got it.
Yeah. This is Right Stuff.
This is their... Can you sing it for me?
No.
Come on, sing it, Deb.
The Right Stuff. Yeah.
So it's a band. See,
It's
I'm
a
sorry,
band.
it's on me. What's your favorite song on here?
I don't know.
Please don't go, girl. You probably was like, Donnie's singing that to me.
Mine was Donnie. My sister's was Joe. Joey. She thought he was super cute or whatever. But I'm like that. When I find mine, I'm with him. He's on Blue Buds now. I'm still following him and everything like that. So he can't marry me right now because I'm already married. But
you said you'd love to turn him down one time.
I don't. I love my husband to the core, but I would like for him to be just kind of like, hey, and I'd be like,
you missed your opportunity.
You missed your opportunity. I can't, honey. I can't. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh. That's a good place to end this podcast. Deb, thanks for coming out. We just wanted the people of Andy's Roofing to get to know you a little better. And I think now they know you pretty darn good.
I hope they still call after this.
Hey guys, thank you for watching. Go follow us on all of our social media platforms. Malachi and Connor kill all of our content. It's so good. Deb's going to be on it a little bit more coming up soon. So you're going to want to go follow that because her acting skills are so good. So as always, click subscribe and the bell so you know we post, and we'll see you next time.